I really struggled to surrender to the process of my Kundalini awakening. And I'm curious whether this have had a negative impact on the Kundalini work and like the purge and clearing of the blockages. I guess like I'm trying to understand whether I had like negatively impacted it, like, or is her power and strength so great that it doesn't matter that I was resisting? She just did her work
Mm.
anyway she was supposed to, and perhaps I just made it more unpleasant for me.
So if we have been in resistance or perhaps a lack of surrender during any point of the process, but specifically around purging, releasing, clearing. So you used really beautiful language. Is she so powerful that even our resistance just doesn't really affect her work? It may just make it a little bit more comfortable for us. I like that perspective. That's great. I can even zoom out a little further and say that when we resist this process, that's actually what is being cleared, is the parts of us that resist. So they come up to be surfaced, to be seen, to have their voice, to have their chance in her light, so that they can be released. So great if resistance is coming up. That's next in line to be purged. So if resisting the purification process or resisting any part of the process is what your experience is, you can say, this is what I'm healing. Great. And that way we um, are able to be much more gentle with ourselves, soothe the parts of us that feel like we have to get this right. We have to get it perfectly correct at all moments. And if not, then things are going wrong. No, I think she's so powerful that, our resistance is, she's so powerful and so genius and so compassionate that she says, no matter what you bring to the table, we will work with that. We'll work with that. And so that's so beautiful, right? And so we should be very gentle with ourselves. Of course, we're going to resist. Our nervous system is not doesn't know what this is exactly. Our innocent nervous system that was wired for a completely different way of operating is now going through this process. Of course, we're going to feel resistance and confused, and we can even acknowledge that resistance is protective. It's parts of us that are just trying to keep ourselves safe, protect us, stay within somewhere that is known and comfortable, even if it's maybe not working for us in the long run. Our system is trying its best to just do something good for us, so we can acknowledge that and appreciate that. And I think even Shakti can recognize that too by saying, oh, yeah, of course you're resisting. That's how you were trained. No problem. We could work with that. So I don't think that it's going to make the process overall more difficult. Now, that's like I said, it's paradoxical. That's from looking at it in the big perspective. Whatever you've done in the past, no problem. It's all perfect. Well done. In this moment, if you can find a way to relax and allow, that's great. But if you can't, that's okay too. But the intention of just moving into a relaxed surrender, not only in the level of the mind where it's like a sort of a stance you take psychologically or intellectually or a belief that you're safe, but actually feeling that in your body, and that manifests as relaxed muscles, as a release of tension in the body. That's what surrender looks and feels like in the body. So you can also see if that comes about in your experience as well. You can intend for that to come about, but if it's not there, that's completely fine. This is a messy process. It's turbulent. It's up and down. And in my perspective, we can't get it wrong. We can't get it wrong. I love the mantra that I heard from Matt Kahn. It's whatever I'm feeling, I'm healing. So if you're feeling that you're doing this wrong, that's the part that's actually being healed. So you're doing it right. If you're feeling ashamed, confused, afraid, that's just what's being healed. And so like that, it's such a beautiful process. We can't get it wrong. It's all encompassing. It's a complete kit that we have here, and we're just going along for the ride. I've heard if you want to even go to like the most bare bones, minimalist way of approaching this process is I've heard some people describe all you have to do is just keep your body alive. If you do that, well done. It's all good. Just keep your body alive. Now, that's like, okay, we can do a bit more than just keep our body alive, but that's one thing you can remember. If you're alive, you're eating, you're breathing, you're taking a break, you're drinking water. Okay, great. Good job. Everything in time will work itself out. But of course, do more than that if possible. But yeah, don't feel like resistance is going to sabotage. Not at all. That's how we get all of these great teachings and practices and insights is through resistance. That's how we're able to support other people. We learn so much through the resistance. We learn the ins and outs of our psyche, of our emotions, and how all this works. And it's the resistance is what teaches us. If we were just gonna go with it completely total surrender, there's no drama, there's no excitement, there's no content there to even unpack and even talk about. So resistance is what kind of creates the whole drama of all this as well. So we can appreciate it from that perspective too.